Thank you, Steve.
So thanks everyone for joining the webinar. We're waiting for a few more people, but I think we can maybe start. Enfin, on attend encore quelques personnes qui vont. Je pense qu'on peut commencer. L'idée effectivement, c'est d'avoir un webinaire qui permet de présenter un petit peu plus l'Estonie, pour ceux qui connaissent ou ne connaissent pas, de l'idée continuer les collaborations. Je pense qu'il y a beaucoup de synergie. Maybe before starting the presentation, we have a very good speakers today. We got Henrik Valja, I hope I say your name properly, from the Wood and the Forestry Associations. We got two Estonian companies that will share as well their solutions, speak a little bit in terms of innovative solutions. That's the DNA of Estonia, is about innovation. But I think before starting, I would like to leave the stage to Thierry Charlot, Managing Director of the Wood Expert Association, to share a few words, because this webinar, this initiative is thanks to him. I'm very grateful. Thierry, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Steve. Good morning, everyone. Just to thank you, Trade for Estonia, for organizing jointly with Expert Society this meeting. As you know, Estonia is a specific country for us. This is the only country where we have visited 2 times in the last 5 years. And also that many members have started some trading business or technical business with industries in Estonia. That's why it's very interesting to carry on our relationship and also to take the opportunity for members who have not been participated in the trip in Estonia to be with us this morning. Thank you, and let's start. Steve?
Henrik, do you want to, I don't have your presentation, Henrik, if you have your presentation, if you want to share maybe. Yeah, perfect. I will leave Henrik, the CEO of the Wood and the Forestry Association in Estonia, definitely the best expert, le meilleur expert de président de l'association Bois et Forêt de l'Estonie, qui regroupe la plupart des entreprises estoniennes. Va être la meilleure personne pour mener un développement de l'industrie forestière en Estonie. Henrik, it's all yours.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me in this event. And I must apologize for my lack of French skills. Therefore, my presentation will be done in English. So I am representing the Forest and Wood Industries Association. Quite a limited number of companies operating in all different areas, and therefore we have one main association representing basically all of the value chain, starting with major forest owners and forest operators, all the way throughout the value chain to end products. In addition to our association in a related field, also Woodhouse Association exists in Estonia, and Furniture Manufacturers Association. But in principle, our association is covering all the topics that are related to wood-based value chain. So I'll be giving you a brief overview and some context on Estonian forest and wood industries for you to get an understanding of where we are coming from and what is the core of the business here. So to start off, wood industry and forestry are pretty important fields, and it is a lot related to the fact that we have a lot of forest land. 51% of the land is covered by forests, and that is 2.3 million hectares forest land. As you can see, roughly 70% of that forest land is actively managed, and approximately 12% is managed with some limitations that are there to keep natural values. The main tree species that grow in Estonian forests are Scots pine, birch, and spruce, and in addition some other faster growing tree species and broad-leaved species, but they are not really used industrially. So our industry is focused on processing pine, birch, and spruce. This is the core of the business. The forests that we have are managed sustainably. We are obviously harvesting less than the annual increment. In addition, we have very strict forestry law. I would say the Estonian forestry law and nature conservation law are one of the strictest in the region. If we look in the sizes of the plots that we can harvesting in, how we need to care for biodiversity, recreational values, and all of those aspects. Majority of the forests are also FSC and PEFC certified. So it's just to give you the that it releases. This is kind of the basic structure of how the industry is trying to add value to the wood that we get from the forest. So the average harvesting volume in Estonia is around 11 million cubic meters, and of that, roughly 40% we will sawmill processed into sawn wood. And then also where Estonia stands out is that we have a lot of further processing of sawn wood, like planing, glulam, different like window and door components, all these kind of different products that end up in the construction market. If we look at the further processing, it actually exceeds the Estonian local raw material. We are also importing heavily sawn material from neighboring countries, especially Finland, lately. But in addition to these kind of valorized products, there is also a number or a lot of wood that is of lower quality, or before there are some other tree species that are not processed mechanically. We also get quite a lot of this residues and low quality wood that is mostly used for either heat and energy locally. We get cold winters, and wood has been one of the main sources of district heating systems lately. And also we are exporting quite a lot of pellets for electricity and heating around Europe. We do not really have a pulp mill in Estonia, and therefore parts of the pulpwood are also used in energy if they are too far from the Finnish and Swedish pulp mills to transport there. So in kind of conclusion, Estonia has a very strong position in fields of wooden construction products and biomass energy. We are trying to get investments also into the industry, but haven't succeeded just yet. What I consider to be the forest-based value chain starts with the forest management. Then we have the wood processing industry, pulp industry, and furniture industry. And in this field, there are 3,900 companies operating in Estonia. But to be fair, majority of the turnover and majority of the exports is done by maybe a few hundred companies. So the actual economic influence is done by a lot less companies. But through this activity and through also the services and impacts that these companies have on the economy, we can say that roughly 16% of total added value in Estonia is linked to the forest-based value chain. Estonia and Latvia have one of the highest percentages of their economies related to forest-based value chain in Europe. So we are very much focused on growing our forests with high quality and processing the wood into the best products that we are able to at that moment. And also, 12% of the employment, mostly in rural areas, as usually is the case with wood industry. And if we look at the direct influence on the economy, we can say that it's around 9% of GDP and 28% of all of the processing industry. It is the biggest processing industry sector in Estonia, then followed by food production and electronics, etc. So what are we doing and what are the kind of volumes? Estonia is best known for the wooden prefabricated buildings. So this includes more simple products like garden houses, for example, but also advanced and engineered products like modular buildings that can span 5 stories or more in height. They can be in function schools or hospitals. So the range of these wooden prefabricated buildings is huge, from this pretty simple mass-produced garden houses all the way to these custom engineered houses. It has been the driver of exports in the industry, but obviously with the downturn on the Scandinavian construction market and interest rates and all these challenges, the drop in export value has been pretty significant. However, the companies have been working in searching for new markets and also innovating and looking into, for example, renovating with factory produced elements. So this is now the growing field or growing part of the wooden prefabricated buildings industry. But if we continue, we can see that the weight or the majority of the export is related to construction market, as I mentioned, or construction products. Just that the wooden construction details, they are like the products that are used by industries in other countries, as I mentioned, like glulam beams, like window door components, facades, etc. In 2022, which was one of the best years for the industry, we reached a total export value of 3.1 billion euros. However, as you can see, it was a pretty significant drop from that level, and we are currently sitting at around 2.6 billion euros with the export value. And where we are exporting, actually Estonia has quite a diverse export market structure. We have, and we also see that the markets that are kind of not so close to us, like Scandinavia, has been decreasing in our export portfolio, and Central Europe and Western Europe have been increasing. Regarding exports, we have to admit that it is a pretty difficult time geopolitically, and the exporting outside from EU is becoming more and more difficult because of the trade topics, because of the Russian wood that is finding its place on the third world markets, etc. So there is a lot of change in the market structure where we are exporting to. What the Estonian wood industry stands out with in Estonia, but I also believe on a bigger picture, is a high level of automation and digitalization. The kind of the backstory here being that under the Soviet system, the wood industry was never really of high importance. It was never really developed. So when Estonia regained its independence in the 1990s, our industry started from scratch, from nothing. So we do not carry any significant technological legacy. And therefore, the industries have adopted the kind of practice that always use best available technology. And our wood industries are very modern and very high level in these processes. Yeah, as I mentioned, production volumes have been unfortunately affected by the downturn in the markets. I would say we have been hit by this kind of a perfect storm here in Estonia, where we have, first of all, the wider economic situation. In addition, we have the geopolitical challenges, and also Estonia has had quite a significant inflation, so the cost of production for us has increased significantly. Now we are mitigating that with investments, further investments into efficiency and digitalization to really find ways to keep the costs down. I would say we have 100% digital chain of material flow, starting from the forest all the way to end products. Everything is flowing digitally, and a big part of that is automated. And while the export markets can be challenging, well, we have been always focusing also on our home market in Estonia, not because it would be significant in volumes, but rather that we need to kind of build ourselves in the way that we would like our clients to build, or kind of show examples of what we are capable of. So this is one of the latest and more significant wooden structures in Estonia. It's a high school that is built almost totally out of wood, CLT, glulam, thermo-treated facade, etc. It's around 10,000 square meters, so it is quite a outstanding building. The state has also showed the way already earlier. This is a municipality building close to Tallinn, also CLT structure and wooden facades. And soon to be finished is the new building of the Natural History Museum and the Ministry of Climate, or it was planned initially for Ministry of Climate. Will also be in majority CLT and glulam structure, around 13,000 square meters in size, showcasing the best know-how, best engineered products of Estonian wood industry. This is kind of the quick overview of the industry. If there is any topics that you would like me to go more into detail, I'm happy to do so. So maybe open floor for questions. There is a mute.
Oui.
Sorry.
Thierry, vous êtes en muet.
Pour les questions, on fait des questions à la fin des présentations ou entre chaque présentation?
J'avais prévu de les faire à la fin, mais on peut les faire maintenant
C'est
si les gens ont
mieux.
des questions.
Non, c'est mieux à la
Je
fin.
pense que c'est
Ok.
bien.
Ouais.
Vous voulez les faire à la fin?
Oui, c'est
Ouais.
bien.
So we can keep the questions at the end,
Okay.
if that's okay. Et si les gens ont des questions en français, n'hésitez pas. Si vous voulez que je traduise, il n'y a
Ouais.
pas de souci. Thierry, moi, on peut traduire. Il n'y a aucun problème. Thank you very much, Henrik. So I think I would like to. I think we are talking about. I think Henrik mentioned about digitalization and how the wood industry is leading the way. It's all about innovation. So I would like to. We invited 2 Estonian companies to share a bit more on what they're doing. If that's okay, I would like to. Maybe we can start with Timbetter in terms of, because we're on the topic of digitalization. If Raoul will be okay to share a bit more about what Timbetter does and what solutions is relevant for the wood industry.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. Let me start by sharing some slides as well. Are you seeing the slideshow? All right, great. Well, so I represent Timbetter. I'm actually in charge of the Spanish-speaking countries like Latin America and Spain. And today I also really happy to be supporting this activity in English as well. All right, so we are Tibeter, we are in Estonia. Obviously, we have been talking about it. And what do we do? We are bringing digitalization for the wood industry. So basically, we are measuring wood just with artificial intelligence, machine learning processes, and stop using like hand measurement or manual measurement. That's our goal. So how does it work? Tibeter Forestry Management, the smart solution, is basically an app that you can download in your smartphone or tablet. And there is a complementation for this, which is our dashboard, which is a cloud storage with online inventory, reporting the measurements, editing, and there is way more features for it. So easy to understand, an app in the phone, and in the computer, you can access the dashboard and manage everything. So how Tibeter work? So first you take a picture of the pile, or it can be on the top of the truck. Then this immediately process all the information, measure automatically everything, then bring it to the cloud, and to the cloud goes to the dashboard. And from there, you can do different things that we will see in advance. So it's so fast, basically online, everything happens. Timeter has like really a lot of functionalities, but I will focus more in these four, which are the more used, the most popular, which is diameter measurement, contour measurement for the companies who are making pulp or biomass, then pile density measure and truck measurement. Now, as I said, the second part of everything is the Timeter dashboard. So from here, when the people are, let's say, in the forest taking measurements or in the patios or whatever. So what happens is that I can be in the office and I can access the dashboard. And from here, what I can do, I can download all the measurements in Excel, I can do it in PDF, or even I can put it together with a API process and put it with another softwares like Power BI or SAP, for example. So this integration also is possible. So you can transfer all the data from Timeter to other solutions and so on, right? So let's talk about the applications. The green one is Timeter Pro. That's the one that we are basically describing and going through right now. The second one is Timeter Container. Timeter Container is for exporting companies who needs to measure the timber inside the container, but also it's not only measuring, but also uploading bill of ladings and also give traceability from one country to another, one place to another, right? And then we also have two more applications, which is Timeter Log Counter and Timeter Lumber. So they are like, how to say, like a little bit, they're like well developed, but they don't have so much functionalities as the previous two ones. So the log counter, what it does is you take a picture and you count the logs. And so give you, for example, take a picture and you said, in this pile, there are 88 logs, for example. They don't give you volume or diameters or anything, just count the logs. And Timeter Lumber is for sawmills who wants to measure package of lumber. So you take a picture again, you input all the information of the wood, and they will count every single piece of lumber. And at the end also will give you a volume calculation of the volume of the pile. We are at this moment after Timeter was launched officially in 2016. So next year is going to be 10th years. And we are in every continent. We are heavily working in Latin America and Europe, but also in Africa and Asia and Oceania as well. In Latin America, we have companies like CMPC, which is a huge company, which is not only in Chile, they're also present in Brazil and in Argentina as well. So Timbeter is actually certified for accuracy for MetroCert, the University of Technology of Lithuania, and CESMEC. At this point, our accuracy has fallen to a percentage between 2 and 3% of error or margin error, let's say. We also do some governmental cooperation in Costa Rica. Our technology is working there together with the ONF, which is the National Office of Forestry. They this year they launched a new project. It took like 3 years to get there because it was a decree that needed to go through the parliament and so on. So finally they got it. It's called Madera Certificada de Costa Rica, which is wood certified from Costa Rica, and Timbeter is part of this this project. And recently, and also after some years of dealing with this, last month, we roll out with Poland a big project as well, and also with the Lithuanian state forest. We have been working already for 2-3 years, I believe, and we are developing our system in there as well. So why Timbeter? Because it's easy to use. It gives you really accurate measurements, faster reporting and data exchange, digital evidence, optimized logistics and production, minimize errors, real-time field insights, improve safety, better stakeholder communication. And I would like to stress here, like improve safety, because now you don't need to be so much in contact with wood. So that's give you the chance not to have any accident, which is really important. And so we are a global solution, just to wrapping up, for efficient, transparent, data-driven timber supply chain and management. Our mission is to save essential and limited resources in the forestry, trees, labor, force, and driven miles. This is our presentation. Of course, there is more time-wise. Well, I have to make a short version of it yet. My email is right there, raul@timbeter.com. If somebody wishes to have a demo, a pilot, or anything, I gladly will reply to your emails or questions that you have. Thank you so much, Steve, and everybody.
Thank you very much, Raul. Thanks a lot. That's quite impressive. The second company I would like to ask to share is DeeperFox. Joel, if you would like to share a bit more about DeeperFox.
Yes, we are a small Estonian company, and we are related to the wooden sector a bit different side. We are a producer of the stump grinders, and not only simple stump grinding, but the best stump grinder in the world. So we are based in near Pärnu in Paikuse, Estonia, in a small town, so to speak. We have 2 factories. We produce it ourselves, and currently we are selling our stump grinders in 43 countries in all over the world, with more than 50 dealers throughout the world. Our biggest markets today are Japan and USA. And after that, Germany, Sweden, and France. We were out actually. We have currently a partner working in France as well, in Sarlat. So we are doing cooperation with them, and we were out having exhibition in Mimisan in June 2025, and we are planning to expand on the French market seriously. We have set up plans for the next 7 exhibitions in France throughout 25 to 27, which is already planned, and we are organizing them. So this is a short notice, but to make you understand better what is this kind of, so to speak, Estonian Nokia, then I will show you a small presentation so you understand why we are so famous and what we are in general. Just a second, I will share my screen with you. So, can everybody see?
Yes, all good.
Very well.
I think we lost your presentation, I think.
Sorry, yes, yeah, we lost the presentation. It was
Now
on the screen, but now it's not.
Now it is?
No.
Just a second. I will try to make it one more time.
And it works.
Now
Perfect.
you see.
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to put it on screen, like on a large scale. Probably it doesn't allow to do that. So, but nonetheless, we continue with this. So this is Tipperfox. This is the Stammkreide, and its revolution is that it's low rotation and very high efficiency. So comparing to the all competitor and traditional stump removing tools, our has a very small safe zone, meaning about 500 millimeters. And it works slowly and it works very efficiently and very precisely. So it makes a perfect tool for the city gardening. And actually, we do have 3 of those special designed machines working in the Paris city gardening and city maintenance services. So we are proud about that. They have been working there already for 3 years. So it's an excavator attachment which can be set up from 1.5 to 30-ton machines. So we have 3 different sizes to fit all the carriers. And it's stump drilling. So this is our prognosis. 25, we raised our sales about 32% comparing with 24. We have 2 factories in Paikus, one for metal cutting and processing, and the other for the Tipperfox assembling. We do have 14 employees. Our company with this kind of brand, as we know it right now, started in 2020. Basically, we've been on the market 5 years and we've been flying quite well. Now, this year's purpose is to digitalize our production, to maintain the cost control and develop out new markets. We do have in plan new attachment also. Currently, we do have the cone splitter that you can see on the left hand, and the right hand is coming out from the January. So here is how our history started. The first experimental tool on 2017 when we thought that our tool is ready and perfect to conquer the world. Then we had some setbacks, made a second option, and then on 2019 we had like a brand item that we went out to the world with. And 21 we made double-sided blades, meaning that the efficiency is that you are able to change the blades, change the tip, change the screw, and sharpen the blades on site, which meaning that if you are doing an infrastructure project in the middle of nowhere and something happens, you don't have to call for the repairman or take the machine to the workshop and delay the 2 weeks with the works. You can do that everything on site and continue working. So we are 10 times faster than any other competitor in the world. We are working totally waste-free. So basically what is left is only mulch that can be left on site or collected or burned. So basically zero waste management. We have a hydraulic gearbox, which is patented in 96 countries together with a brand and brand name. It's very low maintenance, only oil change after 250 hours, and the spare parts as, for example, plates that needs to be changed. It's very lightweight, so you can carry it with a truck, with a Dodge Ram or something like that. So it's specially designed in the boxes, so it would fit in the smaller trucks as well. It has very silent work mode, and the technician that is patented. So here is a sample of traditional methods. By digging out, you will damage the environment heavily. You will have a problem as a stump and problem as a hole in the ground, which often means extra transportation for the stump, filling up the hole, and often bringing extra terrain to fill the landscape. So it means a huge economical footprint. And here on the left, you can see that how our drill is removing the stump. Roots are maintaining into the ground, which gives us stable ground for heavy equipment to move on, especially on the infrastructure projects. And you can fill in the same outcome into the same hole, and it will be equal. And of course, as it works 10 times faster than any other, then the fuel burned on the carriers is also 10 times less. We are using our steel equipment from SSAB Hardox, who is a known supplier from Sweden. They are our partners. Oil we are using only from Valvoline. Low environmental footprint is also in their production, which is important for us. And now you can see how our stump grinder is packed. We are totally zero waste packaging solution. Those straps which we are attaching the equipment are full length, so you can use them everywhere in the works afterwards. The metal box is usable afterwards for the same machine or disposable, and you will get the money back. And those wooden parts, they are actually coming from our second factory when the metal plates are coming, and they are between the metal plates. So they are already high temperature wood that we are using the second time and cutting our own pieces from there and sending out to the client, which they can burn in the oven if they like. So this is something we are very proud of. And as good kid has a lot of names, then here are our, so to speak, pirate copies, which have occurred throughout the internet and on the different countries, which they try to copy our technologies. So this one here, the blue one, we actually met him in the fair as well when we were in June, and they are producing a bit wider, but I can say still so that they still have a long journey of development in ahead. But as long as they don't sell it publicly to different countries, it's not a problem for us. And here is a good sample when we tried to reach the Chinese market 2 years ago. After 1 week, we were on sales on Alibaba site, and the photography was taken from the internet because it has a Estonian license plate number still on. So this is how fast they are in China. Here are some prizes. We've been top 3 expert company on 2023. And we also given the license of one of the fastest growing companies on 2024. And here is how we developed our Tipperfox marketing throughout the world in chronicle order. And our biggest news is that this year in July came out Clarkson Farm, Jeremy Clarkson, and in last episode Jeremy Clarkson drilled the stumps in Diddley Farm with our stump grinder, and he claimed that it was his #1 favorite machine in the world, and we will be out on Cereals 26, which will be happening in Clarkson Farm. It's the fair, agriculture and forestry equipment fair, and we are out there as well. And the latest news was that maybe you know the supercar Blondie, who is making extremely expensive and future car material in Instagram, and has 70 million viewers and followers. Then she also shared our stump grinding machine as a special equipment, although she's only focused with cars. So thank you. This is us.
Thanks a lot, Joel. Thanks a lot. That's very interesting and very impressive development as well. I don't know if anyone has any questions about the presentations, des questions qu'on peut peut-être traduire ou maybe not.
If they do, then I am available, and you can also get my contacts from Steve, Jesse, so you're welcome to contact me.
Definitely. I think we lost Thierry, so I will conclude very quickly just for everyone. We are recording this webinar because many people couldn't attend. Beaucoup de gens ne pouvaient pas malheureusement rester pour ce webinar. J'ai vu qu'on avait plus de signatures, d'inscriptions initialement, et je comprends que les gens sont très occupés, donc on l'enregistre, on va mettre des sous-titres en français, de manière à ce que les gens puissent aussi le suivre et le regarder. Il n'y a aucun problème. We got Thierry back. And, et on fera passer effectivement, I will leave Thierry to conclude just on our side for Enterprise Estonia. I would switch in French. On prévoit beaucoup d'activités avec les entreprises estoniennes à venir, notamment de faire venir des délégations. On sera présent, on réfléchit à être présent sur le Forum international du bois. On essaie d'être présent également sur le Carrefour du bois. On va faire une délégation. Vous êtes également les bienvenus. On reste sur les points de contact si les entreprises de votre côté, vous avez des questions sur l'Estonie, vous recherchez des interlocuteurs, ou que ce soit des réglementaires, ou quelques questions qu'elles soient, n'importe quoi, n'hésitez pas. Si ce ne sera pas moi, ça sera quelqu'un comme Henrik ou comme les entreprises qui ont présenté. On sera ravis de vous aider. Thierry, I'll switch back in English. I was just explaining about the webinar will be recorded and the follow-up. If you want maybe to conclude and say a few words to end this webinar.
Yeah, thank you very much for everybody and everyone for participating to this webinar. There is still a lot of opportunity to representing Estonia in France for members of the Wood Expert Society, but also to share innovation expertise from French experts in Estonia. That means let's carry on. And thank you very much again.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
You.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a
Goodbye.
good weekend ahead.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.